Welcome to another XRP update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And this video was actually suggested by one of our gold members. So if you actually want me to make a video about a certain altcoin that has at least a market cap of, let's say, $200 million, then check out the memberships and let's see what's happening with XRP. Last time I made an XRP video, it was kind of hated because I was bearish on it, and honestly I still think it's gonna drop at some point. I mean, the last time I think when I made the video, XRP was literally up here at like $3.39, and I've had this thing on the chart for about a couple of months now. I always told you that at some point XRP will go down because in the past, after getting to, near all-time highs or to new all-time highs, it actually broke down, and it broke down a lot even in the short term. I mean, here in 2017 or at the end of 2017, XRP dropped like 73% in not even a month. And well, you could look at this another way. You could say that it even dropped like 93% in the next 230 days. So that's why I don't really trust this chart. And well, a lot of people are bullish on it right now, but they are only bullish on it, in my opinion, because it has gone up from like 50 cents to like $3. That's the only reason they are bullish. Of course, there are some good news surrounding it, but I think if we just judge the chart and not something else that it's, around it, I mean, it's still not looking too good. And at some point, we will most likely test the trend line right here. Now, even though it did not go down 68% from the highs to the lows right there, it actually went down about 53%. So I pretty much told you that something like that will happen. Now, is it going to continue dropping? Well, it's really hard to say. If we take a look at what happened the previous two times after XRP, got a top, it actually, went down for a bit, and then, and only then, we tried getting back above the highs, but we never really managed to do that. And right now, we kind of need to break above the previous highs right here if we do not want this time to be the same as the previous cycle or the 2017 cycle right here. So what XRP needs to do first is get above the moving average on the weekly RSI. As you can see, we're currently below it. And I mean, I cannot really talk about the history of this because it's not really that great. But if you look at other charts, I mean, each time we break above the moving average on the RSI on the other altcoins, that's a good sign. However, if we get rejected right now, that could lead to a much bigger drop. Now, is that drop gonna happen right now? I'm not sure. It could happen in the summer, which means that XRP could continue going up for another couple of weeks maybe, but I am expecting a bigger correction, and I'm still expecting it to drop to like $1 to test the trend line right here. Now, in the most bullish scenario, XRP could actually test the trend line and then actually bounce off of it and get to all-time highs by the end of the year. So yes, I am kind of short-term bearish. However, if we actually test it and we stay above it, that could put us at like $6 to $7 to maybe even $8 or $9, maybe even $10, although that's probably too much. And well, I'm not really trying to be a party pooper, but I mean, everybody has started talking about XRP ever since it has started going up, which is a bit concerning. I mean, that to me sounds like FOMO, and FOMO means fear of missing out. And I mean, if you don't know what that means, you should probably Google it. I do not really recommend buying things when they're up this much. XRP is up from like 38 cents and well, it went to like $3. It almost went up like 10x in a couple of months. So I would not really suggest, getting this right now, but you do what you want to do. And obviously, I'm not giving you any financial advice. Keep in mind it already has a pretty big market cap, so it cannot really go to like $50 like these YouTubers are saying. It's not gonna happen in my opinion. It's just not possible at least. So let's actually look at the monthly chart as well. Now this is actually very, very concerning and we need to talk about this. I think I actually talked about this in my previous XRP video when I said that it will most likely drop. So we got to the overbought territory and what do you know? We had a correction and I need to talk about this. This is actually very, very important. If we get any type of other correction, in the next couple of weeks, we could actually test the moving average on the monthly RSI. If we do not stay above it, I think the top is already in. Now, I know people do not want to hear that because people probably bought it like $3 and that's probably, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about that, but it's a very bad idea to do that if, you know, it already went up like 10x. And well, if we do not manage to stay above this, XRP could be done for this cycle and it could, you know, drop in the 50s again. I'm not saying that it will happen, but I mean, you want to look at the chart, it's not the best looking chart ever. And we got to the overbought territory. I mean, the last time we got to the overbought territory was right here. And what happened after that? That pretty much triggered the XRP bear market. And the same thing happened here. Now here, it's actually very interesting. As you can see, we actually tested the moving average on the monthly chart and we stayed above it after getting to these highs. And after we did that, we got to new all-time highs. So this is what we need to do right now. We need to test the moving average or at least stay above it. And we need to get to all-time highs very, very soon, because if we don't, XRP will just follow what it did right here, and I think even right here and right here. So yeah, please do not FOMO in, and please just, you know, look at the chart and say that maybe it has gone up way too much in, you know, way too little time, and maybe it's time for a correction. Now, when you look at XRP, you cannot look at it and not talk about, you know, Bitcoin, because Bitcoin right now is also going up, and if you are expecting Bitcoin to get to about $250,000 like I am by the end of the year, then XRP could theoretically continue going up, especially if Bitcoin dominance actually starts breaking down. So that's why I'm not really that bearish anymore on XRP, but like I said, until it gets to new all-time highs, I'm still gonna be bearish, because even if Bitcoin dominance drops, I mean, you have to keep in mind, maybe people are not gonna be buying XRP when this happens. Maybe they're going to be buying other altcoins, for example Doge or AVAX or HBAR or something else, altcoins that are not up that much, because I mean that's what happened over here in the previous cycle. When you look at what XRP did when Bitcoin dominance broke down, and by the way, this move to the downside started in January of 2021 and it pretty much ended right here in May. When you look at XRP and what it did in the previous cycle, yes, it actually went up during that time, but please do not forget what happened after that. It, you know, went down, so it cannot go up forever. At some point it will go down. And also you need to know that on the 4-hour chart we're still below the bull market support band. Well, actually we're in between the bull market support band, and we have not had a cross on the bull market support band, which is not really great, because this means that we could get another low or just go a bit lower and maybe test these lows right here or something like that. Now, something else you need to know, I've had this trend line on the chart for many months now, and as you can see, we always used it as support. We have a bunch of reactions to it. I have not even moved it in a couple of weeks, maybe even months. So yeah, we dropped below it right here, and if we actually go down right now and test it, we need to stay above it and use it as support and bounce. So that's all you need to know right now. I'm still waiting for the market to continue going up, and we'll see what XRP does. Like I said, please do not FOMO in, and please do your research, and that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.